Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. Both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, set. 58, come on. Let's go, Pete. Tighten up. Let's go.
On first down, it's Stevens. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Lock to throw on second down. He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big pickup of 38.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Big stop, Pete. Hey, Delta. Mike 52, Mike 52. Yeah. Hey, Mike 52. Ready?
Now Locke throwing on second down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. First carry for Darius Geis. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Yellow. Joker. Watch the
Throwing now is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over first and 10.
30 base. Check.
They'll run on first down. Stevens. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
On the double. 58, Mike. Here it comes. Hey, wahoo. 58,
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Locked now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 10 yards out. And the Broncos push further out in front. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Broncos 14, Chiefs 0.
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
That's caught inside the 20. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
4 down. Check. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's Alpha. Let's get off the field.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, Mike 52.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the kick by Butker is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
On first down, it's Stevens. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 38, Locke. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Thomas has got it, complete. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Kill. Turn up.
A run for Weber. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff, but, of course, that big, long chunk play. Gallup in position.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
He's got it with the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. From the 31, Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Locke now on 1st down. He's going to air one out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it, because getting points is...
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
That's fielded in the end zone.
The Chiefs take
Let's
over
go.
first
Do
and
it.
10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A beautiful fake, and he works free. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Ready up.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second and very short. Lock. And he'll find Hall. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Charlie. Back.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Now he'll go deep down the middle. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Set. 18, Gator.
Silver.
61, Matchbox Lights. Shoot.
They'll run on first down. Stevens. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd and 1. Lock. And the Chiefs are going to get him. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Mahomes now on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the turnover, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down. But now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
A sizable gain there of 9 yards, but it's still 3rd and long.
And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having zero fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Hey, exit. Now.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on second and long. Mahomes, flush to his right. He'll run it. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be third and long.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Check 4. Delta.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
58's the money.
From midfield, here's Locke. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. 50 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more.
Broncos 49, Chiefs 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday.
Back to the mic. 2, fellas, let's go. I'm coming.
To throw, it's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And he'll be out right at the 35. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On 1st down, Weber. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll run again here with Weber. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here we go. Play 43. Check 49. Yellow.
Big
From the 27, Mahomes, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
All day, all day. Check safety, check safety. Shift.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He gets it to Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 75 yards receiving for him now. And it's a 1st down. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, Oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now after the run by Geis, here's first and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Now here's Mahomes. And Thomas has it. That one goes for 30 yards. Now defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now again, right side, Weber, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeout in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On third down, it's Weber, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
The Broncos send out their punter now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Mahomes going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now a handoff. Geis going right.
Number 29, Darius Geis, the ball carrier. A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
Yellow.
Again they run. Again it's Geis. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points.
September is